morning. Well, it's morning here anyway. God knows what time it is where you are. And those of you who have complained about this before will be glad to know that I've bought a new microphone. In fact, you can probably hear that I've bought a new microphone. And I've retired the vasty, oldie-fashioned microphone of death, and that is no longer a part of my equipment. So let's get on. Today I'm going to talk about gold again for the third time this year, and why now is the best time to buy gold. Well, first of all, why should you buy gold? Well, I've been buying gold and silver for quite some time. I buy 1 ounce silver coins like this one. This is a US eagle, and I've been buying gold coins for quite a long time, like this one. See if I can get it right. Yeah, that looks gold. Honest, it is gold. That's a gold sovereign. And why do I buy gold? Do I buy it for speculation? No, I don't. For speculation, I buy silver. And the reason is that silver at the moment is chronically underpriced. It's down to, at the sort of $20 an ounce mark, it's down to the sort of price that it costs to mine it. And that situation can't last for too long. Otherwise mines will close down. And if that happens, the industrial users, and there are many, especially in my old field, which is electronics, will simply go out of business, and they're not going to let that happen. So the price of silver is definitely going to go up. So why buy gold? Well, gold is not, for me, a vehicle for speculation. Gold is in fact a way of insuring myself against currency crises, and there is one hell of a currency crisis in the wings at the moment. We've had a couple in recent years, but they've been really nothing. And the reason I say that is that we never fixed the problems that created those crises. The levels of national debt in the US, the UK, the EU are doing nothing except getting higher. There is no solution in sight, and it won't be long before all the people that have bought the bonds that created these currencies realise that, and you're looking at really some sort of currency collapse, a devaluation, whatever. Now naturally I want to insure myself against that, so instead of putting my money in the bank because of bank bail-ins and other things that have been suggested, I don't do that anymore. I buy gold, usually 1 coin a month. At the moment it's about £200 for a coin, and sometimes I buy privately, sometimes I buy from a shop. The only disadvantage of buying from a shop is it goes towards your £3,000 a year reporting limit. And I buy from ATS Bullion Limited, which is www.atsbullion.com, and usually I go in, because I live in London, I go in and pick up my coins, and that lets me choose a year and other things. Year can be quite important on coins if you want them to hold their value, even when the price of gold goes down. So exactly why is this the best time to buy gold? So exactly why am I saying that this is the best time to buy gold? Well, let's look at this chart. Now, as you can see, from 2005 we've had a steady price increase in gold all the way up till it hit this really big peak here at around about 1800. Some sources say $1900 per ounce. Now ever since then it's gone down. And this is entirely due to paper gold, GLD, which was originally touted, not that many people believe it anymore, as being backed by real gold. Well, it is, but there's only about 1/100th the amount of real gold existing that there is paper gold, so it's not. And people who think of this as an investment in gold are sadly mistaken. It's just a tool that's used by the banks and the government to mislead people as to the price of gold, and they want the price of gold to be suppressed because nearly every analyst and a lot of members of the public look at the price of gold as an indication of the strength or otherwise of the dollar. Now, when the price of gold is high like this, they would say that the dollar and other fiat currencies, don't forget, is low. The strength of these currencies is low. When the price is low like this, 1,242, then they would say that the strength of the currencies, the fiat currencies, is high. So there is this constant battle between the government and the banks who wish to push the price down, and the demand of physical gold, which tends to push the price up. And what we can see here, if we look at these dips, is a pattern where the dips are actually going up, and this is called a pattern of resistance. Now, although the price at the moment is reasonably low, it's about 12.81, we can see that this pattern of resistance is going up, and the reason for this pattern of resistance is a lack of physical gold, and the fact that every time the market bottoms, what's happening is all the Asian investors are leaping in and buying, buy, all the way up until the government says, or the banks say, oh my gosh, that's too high, and they start manipulating the market using paper gold to force the price down again. And then all of a sudden they find they can't do that anymore because the Asian market thinks, my god, this is a bargain. Gold at $1,221, how can I lose? And they'll go and buy. Now, here in the West, we're taught, especially with investments, to do the opposite thing. We are taught to buy when the price is going up and sell when it goes down. What do other well-known gold bugs do? They wait till the price is going down. They buy when they think it might be somewhere near the bottom, as in fact it seems to be at the moment, and they ride the price up. They might sell or they might not. If they're using it as a speculative investment, they will sell. If they're not using it as a speculative investment, they will simply keep it. And over a period of time, you will notice that the price of gold just climbs until the introduction of paper gold. Because although gold is a fairly common element on the earth, it's very, very difficult to get at. So the amount of it is restricted. Every year there are industrial uses that simply return that gold to the environment in such tiny spread out amounts that it's not worth recovering, and so the amount of physical gold is always declining. New mines, there's not many of them, so the price is only going to go one direction, and I would suggest that this curve here, as soon as the paper gold business is somewhat out of the way, which it will be as soon as people start demanding more physical gold for their paper, as soon as that happens, gold will resume on this curve, and it's going to restart at around these levels here, at around $1,500, and it's just going to keep going up on the same sort of slope as it always has done. So let us say in 2000 and end of 2015, I would fully expect gold to be trading around the $1,700 mark. 2016, I would fully expect it to be somewhere around about the $2,000 to $2,100 mark. That's if there's no big currency crash. There's a lot of people who are saying there is going to be a big currency crash, and of course if that happens, then the value of gold in the fiat currencies is just going to be enormous, $10,000–$20,000 an ounce, who knows. But this is what savvy investors use gold for. They use it to protect against a currency crash, because there are always uses for gold, and there is not much gold, and it is very difficult to mine. So there we go. I hope that is a help to you. I hope that's answered some of your questions about why now is the time to buy gold. The main thing to remember is that you want physical gold and not paper gold, because who the hell knows in a collapse what is going to happen with paper gold. The one thing we do know for sure is that there isn't enough real gold to cover the amount of paper gold that there is out there. So if your money's in GLD or any of these paper gold stock type options, I would suggest that you take it out and buy real gold, or demand your physical gold from your GLD account if you can get it. There's already been some people who reported that they can't get it. So what to do with physical gold when you've got it? And the answer is, if like me you just publicise the fact that you actually have physical gold and you have physical precious metals, don't keep them in your home. There's lots of places you can hide a hoard. The Celts, for example, were so successful at hiding hoards of gold coins that many of them still haven't been found 1,000 years later, and that's with metal detectorists out looking for them. There's 1 or 2 found every year. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out to the nearest field and bury it somewhere, but you can actually find videos online on how to hide gold in your apartment, how to hide gold outside. There's a lot of those things out there. I'm not going to tell you where I hide mine for obvious reasons, except to say that it's not where I live. So there we go. But I can easily get at it. In fact, I can get at it within 30 minutes if I need to. And this is what you need to do. You need to be able to get at it yourself. You need to be reasonably sure it's secure. And that really is that. How much gold can you have and hide? And my answer to that would be as much as you want. £500,000 worth of gold, for example, which would be $1 million as near as damn it, would fit into a cube about that size if it was in coins. So about the size of a child's football maybe. So you don't need a lot of space. There's these people who have this vision in their mind of Fort Knox with thousands of gold bars. Well, unless you're a multi-billionaire, that is not going to be a problem for you. Take my word for it, you can hide an awful lot of gold in a very small space. So, there we go. I hope this video has been of use to you. If it has, please like, subscribe and do all those good things. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.